Hello YouTube, this is Silver Age Dave. Today is Tuesday again. I fell way behind on contests, support videos, and I'm so sorry for anyone who I've missed, but I wanted to do a few of them today, and I've got a bunch that, still to do. I'm going to try to work through these, but I want to show my support today for Carl on Bass. Carl is an awesome YouTuber. Carl on Bass 181, and he's celebrating really a great contest, a 600 subscriber appreciation contest. He's at 630 right now. That's probably way too low. This is an incredibly talented musician, great comic book community member. Rules are simple: 18 sub, US resident, comment and link your video to the original video. I'll put a link to his contest video so everyone can find it. The contest runs through April 28th, so we are right up against that deadline. If you're going to do a video, now's the time. He's giving away an incredible prize package, and he's asking 4 questions. What realistic free book would you like and why? And I'll knock these out one at a time. Second question, top 3 favorite artists and why, with examples. And then number 3, what character would you like to see have a successful movie? And then successful highlighted. And then number 4, the first comic you read and fell in love with. So let's knock these out. Number 1, our first realistic free book and why. For me, it's going to be Journey into Mystery number 83. I don't own a copy. I always wanted a copy. When I was a kid in the comic store, they had one for like 90 bucks, and it was nice. And, back in, heck, it might have been junior high or freshman year of high school. We were riding bikes still to get there. And 90 bucks was literally all the money in the world. Couldn't afford it. And today, that book really is all the money in the world. So I'm a Thor guy. I've got a pretty deep collection of Thor. And no Journey into Mystery 83. So that's the first question. That was a great one. Second question, top 3 favorite comic book artists and why. So going back to the 80s, really this artist captured my imagination. There's lots of examples of his work that we could show. This is, of course, Frank Miller. It was just, right there. I mean, you look at that cover, and you couldn't help but buy these things. You couldn't help but know something was going to happen. He had a number of different series. I grabbed this one out of the box, the Frank Miller Ronin. And for Frank Miller, the list goes on and on. Everyone knows who Frank Miller is and his immense contributions. So then our second one, I was just showing off this book on another support video for Contender, so I'm not going to show this one off, but we probably already know who that is. That's one of my favorites. We're going to go back to Thor, and we're going to, of course, point to Mr. Kirby. Jack Kirby was legendary, is legendary, and his contribution to Marvel in general is, I don't know. We look at Stan Lee, and certainly he was the magic man making the business moves. But without Kirby, I don't know, what comics would have been today. He just had an art and style. This is one of my favorite covers. This has also Vince Colletta on the cover. Those guys collaborated. But Jack Kirby is gonna certainly be in there. Probably my number 1, but I'm just showing them in this order. And then my third one, I don't know if he'd get much play, so I'm going to show this, Tony Moore. I really enjoyed the art in the early Walking Dead books. I thought it was something special. Certainly he's a powerhouse, but I really I always enjoyed the art on those early issues. I think he had through, what was it, maybe 10 or 14 or something like that were Tony Moore. So that's going to be my number 3. But I'm going to take a second here, and I'm going to show off to guys unfamiliar with Carl on Bass. I'm going to show off, this is one of his videos. This is what this guy brings to the table. This is a demo, and he's doing one of my favorite songs. All right, I'm going to show you a couple other covers, but I don't know who the artist is. I can't find out, but this is old time, so I'm just going to show the art. Talk about incredible talent, right? All right, this one I probably could have looked. I think it was Mike Sikowski, but the cover I couldn't find credited. I know he did the interior art. This is an early appearance of Earth 2 Robin, or maybe the first. So that was pretty cool. This is a My Greatest Adventure. It's just uncredited, but this is the kind of art that I'm always drawn to. These crazy outer space kind of creatures, and you know, the art's just beautiful, but there's just no, I just couldn't find any information. We come here to Strange Adventures. All right. Again, no credit on art. Who knows? Really, I couldn't find credit on the story either. Or actually, maybe there was credit on story on this one, but pretty rare on some of these old DC. And then again, this is Tomahawk number 82. Just cool art. Okay, so that was, I'd like a vodka and tonic right now. So then the last question, we'll put Carl right here. The last question was, what character would you like to see have a successful movie? And I'm going to tie that together with the first comic you read and fell in love with. Sorry, Carl. You guys can watch the rest of that, and I'll put a link to a couple of Carl's videos. Okay, so that's his site. So who I'd like to see have a successful movie, and the first character that I really identified with, we're going to go back here. This is one of my favorite comics. This was purchased for me by my Busha, and it's Doc Savage. And he was just, I just always loved Doc Savage. He was the man of bronze. He was this bigger than life character. He was, you know, I don't know. I'm thinking he came before the $6 Million Man, but they kind of went together. It's like he was the smartest guy, the fastest guy, the most wise. He was quick. He could fight. He could think. He could really do it all. And the art was incredible. The stories I was always drawn to as a kid. You know, this was back in the day and age of, you know, me spending hours and hours playing with G.I. Joes. So when I saw this guy come along, and I've said before in videos, let me grab one of these guys here, okay? So I've said before in videos, the G.I. Joe characters, they always had this fuzzy head on them, and they were always tough. You know, you got the Record, and you got the toy sets, and when I saw Doc Savage, we'll put him right here for you, Carl. When I saw Doc Savage, I always felt like the two kind of went together. Hopefully G.I. Joe won't fall down. But I always felt like the two kind of went together. He had that fuzzy-headed thing, just like G.I. Joe did, and I just always loved it. So this is just a few I grabbed out of the box, and I'm going to pick Doc Savage. Now, I don't go see movies. I really wanted to go see Black Panther. My daughter Gwen is really pushing me to go see this Infinity thing Thursday or Friday when it comes out, but I know if a Doc Savage movie came out, I would have to go see it. That is going to be my number one, both for being a cool character that I did read when I was a kid, and because I know for a fact Busha got me started on that series, and you can't beat that kind of history and nostalgia. So with that, we've got about a 10-minute video. Carl, I thank you for all your contributions to this community. Your music is awesome. I enjoy watching your videos. I enjoy seeing you comment, and you get around the community, and I love that about you. So thank you for putting this contest out. I'm not as concerned whether I win or not. I'm just concerned that I am a part of your celebration for 600 well-deserved milestone. Thank you so much. This is Silver Age Dave and G.I. Joe and Doc Savage and so many others saying howdy.